Welcome to another episode of Middle Ground JLE Presents the Sports Lounge with JLE Marte. I'm your host, Jeffrey L. Edwards. This is my awesome co-host, Marte.
Hey,
That's the theme song, Man Talk, from my first album, The JLE Experience. This is the season finale of season 1. Been a fun ride.
Yes. Jeff done pulled me out, Lord, on the net. Who would have thunk it? Lord?
Yeah, I think I told her backstage. I didn't think she's gonna come on camera, but she impressed me.
Yes.
She got out here in these streets.
Out here in these streets, okay?
So
Live and televised.
Well, let's talk about the NBA champion Denver Nuggets. She was right. 5 and 5, she was right.
Game 5, like I said before the series started, I gave them a chance to win one, and they barely won that one. I'm just saying.
You had it right. I gotta give you props. You had it right.
Okay.
Now, what do you think Miami need to do to be a real contender?
Okay, now when I say this,
here we go.
I know you about to your head about to explode, but just hear me out.
Okay.
Just hear me out. I feel like they didn't put together a squad that's a contender. Clearly, you done made it all the way from the bottom of the ranks to come all the way into the finals. I'm not going to take any credit away from that unity, that squad, that camaraderie, okay, that go-getter mentality. Do you understand? However, I don't want Jimmy to be
the star player.
Like either don't be the star player, or, and this is the part that's explosive, put him somewhere else that's championship bound. Meaning we don't got to start from the bottom.
Okay.
And climb our way up. I don't want him to be grouped in that same category as my favorite player of all time. Who was my favorite player, Jeff? In the NBA?
Who, LeBron?
No. You would never.
No, for real, who is it?
KG. Okay.
Oh, you did mention him before.
Remember, I feel like if he had let go of the Timberwolves, maybe like season 5. I'm going to give it 5 seasons. Listen, just hear me out. I feel like he could have had more rings. Do you understand? He wanted to be so loyal to the organization that paved the way for him to be the star. Okay. That he just lost a lot of the sauce with the whole process of trying to build. Okay, so now Miami then built a team, I guess you could say, is worthy enough. Because again, you can't get all the way from the bottom to there. I'm sorry. It just does not happen.
They're basically 2 pieces.
By coincidence. Do you understand? I'm just saying.
Now, with your Kevin Garnett analogy, had he left after 5 seasons, because he came out in 95, he would have ran across the Lakers, because their dynasty started in 2000. Now, unless he was on that Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace, Portland Trailblazer squad, maybe that would have been the piece to stop their dynasty, and it could have been the Trailblazer dynasty. But
listen,
a lot of teams during that period.
Listen,
I don't know if he would have made it. May have worked out the right time.
Again, but see, here's the problem, and you spoke on it the most, where ego becomes a issue. Okay, now it's there. You can't not have that type of bravado. Okay, but I feel like if he just would have had that squad instead of it just being all on him for all these years, and you trying to build around him to be the champion, I just feel like put him with champions ahead of time, and it'll be that. But again, I'm not trying to discredit the Heat. Okay, I'm just saying if
now they did have Stephon Marbury, but I don't know if he wanted to get enough shine playing with Kevin Garnett, so he left. So they did have a baby Shaq and Kobe thing coming. So maybe had that dude stayed, maybe probably could have got a chip before he had to leave.
But I mean,
he had a point guard.
I mean, Jeff, but that's just one other person you name.
Yeah, like with Miami, they need a point guard and they need a big man.
They need a big man. I mean, before a point guard, because again, listen.
Well, you need the point first because Jimmy, when they played in the East, he was the point pretty much.
But he been there. It is, but clearly that's their scheme. That's how they.
Yeah, but it don't work.
Okay, but listen. Okay, now wait a minute. Nah, each year for the last, I'm gonna say 3. Okay, I can't go beyond 3. But for the last 3 years, even though it didn't work better than the last time each season. Like I feel like they go further and further, and you can't go no further.
Yeah, it is glaring that they lack a point guard and a big man. So I don't know why Pat Riley.
But again,
ain't noticed that yet.
Before the point guard, Jeff. Okay, because clearly their scheme of making Jimmy buckets. Okay, be that guy. Get you some big men to keep the other men from scoring. Okay.
Yeah, but if they did get a point guard, that maybe they win a game or 2 more in the finals because he's not tired until they find that big man. So he's not doing so much.
I don't know, Jeff. You didn't say it. Jimmy played better under duress for the most part.
But watching him in this finals, okay, you tired. You can't run through the East with all that 48 minutes a game and then play a real team in the West. You ain't got nothing left. Now, if you got a point guard that can do their thing, you ain't got to bring the ball up. You ain't got to set everybody up. He can do it in pockets that might have more energy compared.
Jeff.
It's all on him to make sure everybody can get the ball.
If they had big men to stop the Joker, I'm not gonna even name nobody else. I'ma just name him.
It was too easy.
Come on.
I mean, he was scoring at will.
Come on. Now, at the end of the day, what this has shown us is that we don't really need to be concerned about your team Golden State. Okay. Now
we won't count them out yet.
Now, because let me tell you something. I rode with the Lakers. You didn't already call me out on it. Because I did not want Golden State.
So I'm waiting to get off my team.
Okay. Now I thought going forward, I don't really feel like in the beginning of time before the matchup that I really seen the Nuggets in the finals until I seen it and said, oh no, this team, what can you do? Again, Somebody got to be able to stop Djokovic. I'm sorry.
They've been building that team for the last 5-6 years when Brian Shaw was the first coach, developing a lot of young talent.
I'm just saying.
So they've been up and coming. They just finally got to that point where, all right, we ain't scared of nobody. Let's go run.
Period. Jeff, they was rolling over people, Jeff.
When you got a point center that you can't check.
It was, I was like,
that's a hard combination.
It's a hard, I'm just saying, that man was shooting, blocking, checking, everything. I mean, they always said like you have a triple threat. I feel like he was like
he had a triple double until he got to the finals.
I'm just saying. Come on, Jeff. Who do
that? That is and they don't respect him enough for how talented he is.
Period. And so now he's saying, put respect on my name. Nah.
Yeah, they need to. So they won a title. So
now he gonna feel like, no, you gonna have to go through me. Forget going through Golden State. You got to get through me.
Well, yeah, he did. I mean, they don't like to say it, but in my book, if you won a title, you're the best player in the league because you got a championship. So everybody need to worry about dealing with Denver, regardless of that Embiid won MVP for the season. So what? Whoever got the championship at the end, that's the top player in the league going to the next season, in my opinion. And you need to knock Denver off the top of the mountain. Don't nobody care about you winning the MVP because those are nice, but it mattered more because Jordan was winning them and he's winning the title. So they kind of went hand in hand. But since he's gone, you don't have the MVP of the season winning finals. So you're the best player for that season, but the best player is one that get that trophy. Because that's the point of the season. Get the trophy.
Look, enough said. Moving on, Lord. Again, congrats to the Nuggets, Lord.
Mm-hmm. And I ain't watched a lot of it, but Vegas, they won the Stanley Cup. That was impressive. They ain't been around that long yet.
I got to go to listen, remember I asked you, I think on the last show or the one before, I was like, do the Red Wings still? They just fell off the earth.
They still there. All that disrespect, you still spewing. Last Detroit team to win a title.
Listen, I'm like,
let's respect on their name.
But I'm from the city, so I feel like I can say whatever I feel like.
Nah, you put respect on the Red Wings name.
Nah, I ain't moved somewhere else and started disrespecting. I'm still here. Nah.
Mm-hmm. And then Monday was Shannon Sharp last day on Undisputed. After the finals. At the end of the show, he did his farewell. A lot of professional pleasantries on both parts. I didn't get the crying though. I didn't really get all that part.
I mean, I missed it. I'm gonna have to watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, given all the times he was disrespected by Skip, granted Skip gave him an opportunity and he ran with it, but all these things that led to him wanting out of his contract, I didn't get the crying.
Yeah.
Because you still in the contract, you ain't got to go nowhere. So some stuff has happened where
sometimes we get so angry, Jeff, that you got to cry to release it. Otherwise, you be ready to fight. I'm just saying. That's me. Speaking of my own experiences, I'm just saying.
Okay, gangster.
Listen, sometimes you be so angry, it's like, okay, fight or flight. Nah, I got to release it somehow.
I mean, I guess you could be emotional.
Yeah, he probably was hurt like,
years, but
because I thought that was gonna be
it just made it weird. Like
a world-renowned syndicated.
You want it out. Why you crying, bro?
Yeah, because you can only take so much disrespect now.
I mean, you're going to miss the people. That's cool, but the whole...
Because it wasn't just him and Skip. It was an entire production team.
Yeah,
and, makeup, whatever. You know what I mean? It's a whole crew of people that you're departing that you done been with for almost a decade.
Now, in other Non-related basketball news. Zion Williamson has been in news for dating porn stars and getting somebody pregnant.
Hold on.
And you ain't heard
Here's
about that.
what I like, Jeff. I like that you brought it in by saying in other non-basketball because he ain't played basketball.
He ain't played nothing of it.
Hello. Now, here's a word of advice for everybody out there. We all need to contact Zion next on how did you do it, sir? How did you convince these people that you was just this world-renowned superstar waiting? Okay.
I mean, he looked good on the court, dude.
And we still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I mean, if I was the owner, I'd be upset. Like, you got a lot of strength to do all this in your legs, but you can't give me no full season on the court.
Now, how you doing warm-ups, pregame, dunking, having solo dunk contests, but you can't go and play not even one quarter, a partial of a quarter.
Yeah,
anything, nothing.
He been out for a while. And I guess in other non-basketball news, we're waiting on the punishment for Ja Morant since Adam Silver said after the season, it will come out, which I guess after the parade, because he's such a player's commissioner, in my opinion. I really think
I like how you said that better because you was a hater before, but I like that.
Oh, I mean, he definitely a player's commissioner. He ain't gangster enough.
I mean, at the end of the day, Jeff, he's him and Stern is him. Now stop
he
trying
to he didn't learn too much from Stern because
stop
all this nonsense would not be going on.
Listen, he his own man. Stop trying to compare that man to another man.
I mean, he should have learned something. I mean, I didn't like David Stern, but these players knew not to be stupid like they are now. They doing some of the wildest stuff, like, dude.
But guess what? David Stern. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
What the hell?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was David Stern pre-social media?
Yeah.
Okay. Case closed. I don't even know. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, social media has become so public opinion on what everybody feel like you need to do.
Talking those players back then. That's how they would find out. This person did this before the news break the story. Listen, they were watching these people like, watch him. He got bad gambling habits.
Jeff, I guarantee you all the money I don't got. That's a good bet. You can never lose. I guarantee you all the money I don't got. If David Stern had to deal with social media and making his decisions and governing a whole associations of players and teams and owners, I bet you he would have moved a little bit differently.
Nope. He was suspending people quicker.
Listen, that's what you say. Okay.
I say
what I say. That's what you say.
That dude's show. If you had social media in the 90s and they were doing this stuff these people doing now, breaking news, we don't conduct that with this league. We're business. We family oriented. That don't go with what we're doing. You're suspended for half the season or a season.
I need some props because I would have pulled out a violin.
Because people
I'd have pulled out the violin for you.
What you do? That was the thing back then. You did what? Oh man, he about to come down hard on you. Nobody said that about Adam Silver.
Let me tell you something.
They're saying that, oh man, he about to come.
At the end of the day, you are quickly judged before you can even really give a statement, an opinion, an objection.
You work for a private entity that's based on alleged family entertainment. So if you out here with strippers, porn stars, shooting guns, and it gets out, I don't know what this dude going to do. We'll see if he do got the guts to really drop the hammer on Ja Morant. You knew David Stern was coming after you because you're messing with our money. Don't nobody want to see no street thugs doing stupid stuff in basketball. They want to see basketball.
Listen, let me tell
Thinking
you
about
something.
you playing basketball with another grade or something. Y'all about to do a charity one-on-one. Not know you got guns in the strip club or you doing this. You doing what? I don't want to take my kid to see this.
Listen.
Sponsorship matter. All that stuff
Jeff,
matter. That's the big problem when they look at.
all that you
We want
saying
to be
sounds great. That sounds great, and
it's
I'm
business.
gonna agree with some of it, but I'm gonna stick to the fact that this man Stern, who you just hold to the throne as being
And I did not
somebody,
like him, but he would.
I can't tell.
I did not
Jeff,
like that dude.
I can't tell.
But
Nah.
he would drop the hammer when you doing this stupid stuff compared to
Okay.
Adam Silver.
And so what else was Adam Silver supposed to do the first time when he suspended him for 8 games during the
He didn't suspend him though. The team did.
You telling me that the decision was from the team and not?
Yeah, they suspended him. NBA did not. They have yet to drop a ruling. That's the key that people might forget. The team said he's suspended for 8 games. We got this under control. Don't ruin a young man's career. Don't ban him for 40, blah, blah. And in my opinion, he's a player's commissioner. All right, cool. And then the boy lied to his face, and a month later, he was doing it again. That's what he got in the interview saying in so many words. I can't believe this fool lied to my face like I'm a chump. I got to show him something. After the NBA finals over with. What the hell the rule? I've yet to see any breaking news. He's gone for 40 games. He's gone for a season or something.
Listen,
So what? We're gonna wait.
You know why?
Are we gonna wait till after the late end of June is the draft? We're gonna wait then before you start.
We're gonna let the Nuggets and the whole Denver community celebrate the fact that they got an NBA championship. How about that?
So August, like I said.
Boom.
He might because by then it's so late. Well, what's the point?
I mean, at the end of the day, but it's his prerogative, sir. Why you acting like?
No, he works for the teams. It ain't really his prerogative.
Listen,
they just ain't tripping on it right now.
Then they say that Ja was indefinitely suspended from any team activity, so he could wait for however long he want to wait to give him a decision.
That's only done so you ain't gonna be bugging any of the top brass of Memphis about this player. That's why they did that. He banned teams to don't ask us no questions.
But again, they did that so that, okay, pause for the cause. Think about how stupid you've been. We just gonna keep teeter-tottering. Well, what we gonna do with you so that you got more time to think about how stupid you was? I'm just saying.
No, they don't answer no question. That's all that is. You know how to media.
At the end of the day, he's in the era of social media where public opinion supersedes logistics and legalities. Apparently, people are now. Let me tell you something. People are now guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty.
That happened during the 90s and early 2000s without social media.
Listen, not like this, Jeff. Not on the magnitude level. No.
If you did anything that embarrassed that sport, they're a private entity with their own player conduct.
Okay.
And that's what they were governed under.
Okay.
You're gone for how many games?
Now hold that thought.
Don't care about your court case. You was in the bar fighting and you shot somebody. You gone for 50 games. We don't condone that.
Okay. And guess what? When we had privatization without social media, everything was hush hush. We found out. We found out what they wanted us to know, when they wanted us to know, and how they wanted us to know. Now
journalists still breaking news.
Everything is up to the second. Okay. And everything is televised. Okay.
But you still had it then. Because the journalists was out here going with the teams trying to find out what just happened.
This is why.
And they ain't gonna report it. That's how Stephen A blew up. A lot of other people they were journalists out there reporting that stuff.
In our next season, we need to have more people in this chat room because this is when the people are supposed to chime in and say, no, we didn't get information that fast up to the minute, up to the second. No.
You would have breaking news on ESPN on the phone, Stephen A. Smith. Just some example. Kobe Bryant and Shaq got into a fight, for example. And everybody gonna be interviewing him because he got the story. Yeah. It wasn't everybody could talk about the story like now, but that one person would break it and everybody be trying to ask them since they got the story.
And guess what? And most people would be hush, 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 hush.
Nah, because it was newsworthy. Why Shaq and Kobe get into a fight? What happened?
Nobody went corroborated. See, now.
Yeah, it was. People always was snitching.
That ain't we found out about things with a delay.
No, it was not that bad.
Yes, Jeff.
It was not.
Jeff.
And I was a sports junkie back then. You found out just as quick as you did now. You have a face to put to it now.
No.
Compared to then. It'd be more the person on the phone on the sports radio or ESPN or the other sports network telling you what they just found out. I'm gonna call you back because I'm finding out some more stuff. And it was only that one source. So everybody will talk to that one person. Now everybody can find out. That's the difference with social media now. That everybody can get on YouTube or whatever and get their opinion about it. So it ain't just that one source.
Jeff, you know, once upon a time, we had to rely on newspapers, right? And you know, before magazines, not just everybody wasn't able to listen to or watch ESPN or.
But you had sports talk radio, which was more important then. Because
you did, but did you have sports talk radio with satellite though?
You had just your regular.
See, that was not wide broadcast.
One spot. Well, 97 won the ticket is one that's here. That's a good show. They'll be talking about it. It still happened. It just wasn't multiple people breaking it. That's the only difference now. Now you can have 100 people breaking one story in less than 20 minutes.
I mean, I give you that. I'm not gonna discredit that argument, right? Because again, everybody got an opinion, right? And everybody could just post whatever. Everybody could go live.
That's why sports radio was such a big deal, because you're on your show. Whoa, hold on, man. Someone gave me a call. Oh, LeBron just kicked somebody in the nuts. What? Hey, man, old boy just said on his radio show, oh, he was at a bar scrapping. Someone touched his wife and kicked him in the nuts. They go,
hold on. But, okay, now, but this
the part. They're going to extend their show to find out more what happened.
You're right. I mean, we had to rely on word of mouth. I'm not going to discredit it, but here's where we differ in this part of the debate. Like, it didn't spread like wildfire is what I'm saying. Like, okay, you could be breaking the story, right, with this journal, with this journalist and this network, okay. But before social media, no, it didn't spread like a wildfire. It didn't. Like, and you saying this because people like us and other people who come on platforms.
The telephone was that wire then. Like now, telephone ain't that relevant now. Because you got an app, you get on Twitter, so-and-so got beat up at a park, whoever.
Well, that's all I'm saying.
But they still did it. They just called each other on the phone.
Yeah, but but only the people that was within the know of that group. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what you saying is invalid.
No, because people were still snitches. Even the small group, someone told more than what they should have.
Clearly, because if nobody let it out, how will we know? Okay, so we know that. So it clearly had to get out. What I'm saying is, before these apps, a mini computer on your phone. Remember when we used to have to go home, okay, or get to work to be able to use the internet, okay? Yeah, remember when we used to have to use the speed, the dial-up. We didn't have Wi-Fi, wireless.
But see what you're overlooking, and this is my point of view. The tech they had at the time, they were still using to spread it. So it still got around.
What television?
With their cell phone. People were calling on the phone. This just happened. This just happened.
Okay.
And it spread it around.
But Jeff, are you saying that word of mouth talking on the phone to Juanita from the block was going to spread faster?
I'm talking about the sources when they spread it the news, whether it was the radio shows,
okay,
or if you caught it on a sports show, which back then it was ESPN and Fox and somebody else. But everybody still had a phone. So if you was a journalist and you just broke your story, everybody was blowing up your phone to get an interview with you. So say you sitting there, your homeboy over here, Jordan about to go play with the Lakers. Hey man, I just heard this. So it started spreading because everybody started calling. First within the industry, people themselves. Because they want to get an interview with the person that broke the story first. That's why it was such a big deal.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Because it only started with the people in the industry within the know. And the only way it could spread outside of them is people that was interested. So it got to be sports fans, like perspective recruiters.
And this actually a good example of it. Stephen A. broke the story that Miami was forming a big three back in summer 2010. Now, by then we had social media, all that, but still, he was able to break the story that Dwayne Wade and all was going to join up and go to Miami in free agency. Everybody still followed the old format of having them on their shows because how did you find out? Even though we still had Facebook, Twitter, all this in 2010, he was on everybody's news show because he was the first to break Bosh, Wade, and LeBron going to join in Miami.
And he said because this was what he heard from a call somebody gave.
Yep. Great sources let him know them three they wanted Carmelo, but he wanted his money, so he stayed in New York. It was supposed to be them four. But them three went. And every outlet wanted to talk to him like, how did you find out? Even though it was 2010 with social media. Because he was able to break it first, everybody still wanted to talk to him.
Well, that was your key word, Jeff. You said he broke the story first.
But in 2010, you got all this social media. It was still got it. We want to know how did you find out. So it's still.
Let me just put this disclaimer out real fast, okay? Because I didn't already told people I was scared of the net. I don't like being on the net. However, 2011 is when I got off Facebook, but I had just got on it in 2009, and it had been out long before 2009. Yeah, okay. So at the end of the day, like when I got out or off of Facebook in 2011, this is when Twitter was becoming a thing, okay? And as much as, again, I'm not discrediting you that before social media, we still had avenues of finding out information, right? Clearly, right? We evolved. And so the news had to get out somehow through some source, through some outlet. And yes, a lot of it was word of mouth. A lot of it was with how you're giving the Stephen A. Smith analogy, where he was the first to break it. So now everybody want to know where your sources are, how you find out, who told you, where was you at, blah, blah, blah. But again, the platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and now the infamous TikTok, okay, just makes it that much more perpetuated, sometimes exaggerated, sometimes... You understand what I'm saying?
It makes it more.
It makes it more than what it really needs to be. What I'm saying, Jeff, I want to go back to the time you're talking about, right? Where we have to wait for whoever was within the know to find out something we shouldn't have been privy to. Because we too open with our business. Sometimes a secret should be a secret, okay?
Yeah, as long as you have some real trusted people.
I'm just saying.
to keep their mouth shut.
But it's no such thing, and that was my point, Jeff. In social media, there's no such thing.
No, but LeBron, he has a hell of a camp where if he ever did any dirt, ain't no one ever spoke on it.
Well,
he played 20 years in the league.
Well, that's true. But I bet you
he's figured out something.
But guess what? Listen, them NDAs, what they had them people, what they call them?
And maybe they have Saturday night.
Okay.
But some people still run their mouth even though they signed it. So
well, guess what? And then you got a lot of more money.
Where people ain't giving out the real info if anything ever happened that we don't know about.
NDAs. Look at Beyonce.
Yeah, but still spoke though. And this was because some people got sued about 2 or 3 years ago when they were speaking. They did sign one, which was like they ain't supposed to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So he figured out something, and he might be the model people need to look at if you go into stuff where you might have more people paying attention to you, because that's quiet. If it ain't basketball, you ain't hear about nothing.
See, before social media, people weren't telling you to really sign these. I mean, you still had some instances from what I'm hearing nowadays.
Oh, yeah, you still had smart people. They still had you sign.
I understand people like Puffy. I'm just saying, but at the end of the day,
I had people do it because people like you gonna pay me $100,000. Jeff was looking at clowns. That's a lie, but they paid me $100,000. He was looking at them like, ugh. And that'd be a story, for example. So sign them NDAs. Don't say nothing about me. Because money still talk. And so I'm gonna make up a lie about you.
Now, Jeff, I don't know if we talked about this.
What's that?
But I feel like if we didn't, I must have talked about it with somebody. Okay. But did we talk about oh God, not his name isn't Shannon. It's similar to Shannon Sharp, the football player, but not Shannon Sharp. I can't think of his name. He was Antonio Brown. I don't even know why I said Shannon Sharp. I don't know.
Oh, what about him?
Now, didn't we talk about how he chose to be first he was going to be a part investor. Like he was going to have a partial stake in like this new football league.
Antonio Brown? I ain't
never heard that one. Okay, now it's not the USFL.
What?
It is
XFL.
Is it XFL?
That's the Rock's league.
Okay, I feel like this is what it is. I think because The Rock was a part of the conversation as well.
Okay, probably.
But in either event, there's a team. I can't remember the name of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But he first took partial stake, like a stakeholder ownership. Okay. So not significant. However, he ended up becoming a significant owner, basically, of the team, ran the team to the ground. Everybody was either quitting, jumping ship, complaining, like it was just a big mess.
Wow. Ain't no one really spoke on that one.
And I was like, clearly this man has enough charisma to get people to still be willing to venture into business, right? And give opportunities, okay? I.e. time and get him in with the Buccaneers, whatever. Like he seemed to have enough charisma despite all his antics. People still choose to do business. And then he just proved people right every time about his character.
I guess the problem with him, when he left the field, throwing off his jersey and all that.
In the middle of a game.
Yeah, the media world may have figured he ain't worth talking about no more. So
I'm just saying.
Whatever he got going on, no one's going to report on it because he's not relevant. And
this is why I kept saying it's like Shannon Sharp, but it ain't. Because Shannon told him a new, you know what? Okay.
When he was doing too much, messed his money up, and he wasn't lying.
Exactly. He was like, I'm done putting your name in my mouth. That's how irrelevant you are. Okay. Now, but people still somehow.
He might have a gift.
I mean, he has a gift for gabs, clearly. Okay. But what I'm realizing is you could have enough money to make money talk and bullshit walk. I'm learning that. You understand? Because why else would you put other people, their livelihoods? You understand? They trust, integrity.
You gotta factor in. He did win a Super Bowl. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He does have talent. So if someone looking to do business with him may have looked at, we might be able to get some people to pay attention.
True.
Because if you're gonna have someone being whatever percentage of an investor, you're looking at exposure for them to talk about you.
Right.
Now, if you got Antonio Brown as one of your investors, that's gonna have someone say, "Who? Oh, he doing that now? Has he changed? Has he grown up?
Right.
Let me go do a story on it.
Right.
And that one story could probably blow up the situation. That could bring more investors or sponsors.
True, but he just all the time just mess it up, and I'm like, what's going on?
Well, we're gonna see how Morant and them and Zion do. Do they get their acts together?
Listen,
or
I just don't want you to keep putting Ja Morant's name in the same conversation with Zion, though.
Man, they both doing non-basketball things, so.
But at least Ja play.
Yeah, he has. That's true.
Okay, now at least I know him for be the man that's trying to be the man on the court. Now he might want to be a thug outside of the court, but at least he balling. Okay. Now, what is Zion doing? Nothing. But getting impregnating porn stars and only choosing to do solo dunk contests before the games. Now,
that's crazy. We still do that.
Come on now, sit down.
But they would be the first 2 picks ever in a draft class to be
trash
in the news for stuff non-basketball.
Period.
That's never happened before, to my knowledge. But it does remind me of when Kevin Durant was number 2 pick, and you had the Greg Oden. He played for Ohio State. Big man that came out number 1 pick, but he had bad leg injuries, and Kevin Durant took off. They were saying it was going to be their league in the next few years, and he kept staying hurt, and Durant kept getting better, and you forgot about that dude that was picked before him. Yeah. So it somewhat looked the same because Morant has gotten better, and Zion don't get on the court really. You're going to keep hearing about Ja Morant. He cleaned his act up, get back good graces. And you keep hearing stupid stuff about Zion. Like, wow, he was the number 1 pick, but this dude, he kept staying on the court. Kept growing.
Number 1 pick with over $200 million and probably played one. I don't even think it was a third of the game.
I haven't played a full season yet.
Period.
Unfortunately.
That's horrible.
When the work you put in for whatever you're trying to aspire to, when you do get there, you still got to work.
Well, you would think he would be ashamed, but I mean, I guess who's laughing? Shit, he laughing at the bank, taking everybody to the bank like shit. What?
Yeah, but if his trajectory doesn't change, and say he's out the league in the next 3 years, he could potentially have cost himself an extra $500 million.
True. And I hope that's what happens.
On the court and stay focused and do what he need to do.
Well,
an endorsement,
so far,
TV, all the type of opportunity ain't come his way. And
well, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna pick him up. Cool. Ain't nobody trying to pay the rest of that contract money. Ain't nobody trying to pick him up. Ain't nobody got to see what he really could do in the NBA. We seen what you could do in the collegiate level. That's why you got brought in and drafted.
Showed he can't play, but
come on. But that was on the collegiate level. I don't really know you.
Nah,
as an NBA player, I don't know you.
Nah, the games he's played, he averages about like 25 points, 10 rebounds, few blocks.
But once again,
he showed why he got drafted, but
has he played the whole season though?
Nah.
Collectively.
Nah, he ain't played a full season.
So I don't care what he averaged. I don't know you. As an NBA fan, I don't know you.
Nah, you don't know.
all I know you is sitting on the sideline collecting checks. Okay. Now you using them checks to go sit up here and impregnate porn stars instead of earn your money on the court like the rest of your colleagues.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Nah, his trajectory ain't about to be nothing but outside of the NBA. Now, when is the contract up, Jeff? That's what I want to know.
He may have signed a 5-year deal. And it might be an option on the 5th year.
I
would assume they put some incentives where he got to play so many games, or they can take money back, given he ain't.
I hope it's some stipulation. I hope you're right. I hope they really methodically. That's gonna be the word.
He lost weight. The last I saw, like, okay, he's about to get back on the court. He looks slimmer. He's doing his thing. And then this came out, so it's like you gotta get serious about your craft, man, because you have a nice little 8-9 year window in basketball where you can be the man, and everybody gonna throw money at you that you can stockpile before you become an aging veteran. And I ain't trying to give you no extra $40 million because you old now.
Well, I almost had something to say about, the whole weight loss and what his plan was behind it. But I'm going to keep it PG. I ain't going to go there. And instead, I'm going to just say, whatever he doing and how he got here, I just want to learn a little bit of what he did so I can get paid to sit down and do nothing.
What he need to do is go back to the people at Duke that kept him right and see, do they got their own consulting firm, put him on payroll to get him back right.
At this stage, right. But yeah,
they figured it out.
Listen, at this stage, why? That's just like COVID happened, and everybody realized, shit, I could just have a better attitude and work less at home. Why I got to go in and work that hard?
Yeah, but you got drafted number 1 because Coach K had the right people keep you on your meal situation, your weight training, you improve your game. Well, I would go ask these people, hey, I need y'all to get me to stay right.
Well, Coach K retired, so.
Yeah, but them people might have consulting companies to do that. I would. And get focused.
At this stage, if I was him, why bother? Shit.
When you can still make $500 million, you should try to go get it. $200 million ain't gonna last that long.
I mean, not if you got the right people, investors and brokers.
4 stars and all this nonsense. You're gonna blow through a lot of that money going out. So
yeah,
that ain't a lot of money.
If me and you got $200 million,
that's a lot of money for us. But
and we got us an investor and a broker and an accountant, that shit could last us forever.
Yeah, I mean, I can retire off that for good, but
period.
Him being a sports athlete, he can blow through that hanging out in Vegas.
But why though? Why?
The life.
And you ain't playing. You don't want to play. You just want to sit on the bench and collect checks.
He messed with porn stars, everything on the table now. He be in Vegas, partying, living his best life, blow through $20 million quick.
Well, that's why he lost weight, so his thing could get bigger, so he can mess with porn stars. I'm just saying. Now, I said I wasn't going to go there, but you keep talking about this man, so I just had to let it be known for what it was. Nah. Okay? Shit.
Oh, man.
He's stupid, but he ain't plumb dumb. He know what the fuck he... Oh, let me... Lord!
You want to get him on the court. I got you.
Okay.
You want to get him on the court, earn his paycheck. I feel
okay. Now,
Now maybe they don't need guaranteed contracts no more. Maybe that might need to be the way to get them to get back to playing like they need to. No load management, all this other nonsense that some of them do.
Well, at the end of the day, Zion, I think it's a tragedy that you ain't got no goddamn integrity. But whatever you doing, teach me how to just sit back and get paid and not do a goddamn thing. Nah, teach me that. Okay. Public service announcement.
But he might be trying to work to get back on the court. Because I mean, it's not a good look for these to be the stories they're talking about you.
Well,
I mean, you have to factor in management ain't looking at you in a positive light because you can do all this other stuff, but you can't stay on the court. And I'm paying you all this money.
He like, why?
It ain't gonna last for long.
Why bust my knees up and my body up when you just gonna pay me to sit here?
And that's like bad debt on your balance sheet. Just collecting dust. You ain't getting no value back from this. At least I can have you at the games. I can charge extra money because you all NBA all first team or whatever. But you ain't even on the court. I might have to give people money back. Like, I paid all this for courtside. This dude ain't even playing.
How about that?
So they start looking at them numbers and see your production because your production and availability does matter in sports.
How about that? But not to him. So
it does matter.
Anywho, I can't wait for football, people, and this is where y'all gonna see us again, unless it's some for real breaking news again, like on the level of my boy, Hamlin. It got to be some breaking news like that.
Yeah, because your boy he ain't gonna drop no bombs to nobody. He gonna do that in August.
Look,
I would be impressed before July 4th. Ja Morant spending 40 to 80 games. I'd be impressed. That's breaking news.
No, he gonna come out with it, but he gonna let the Nuggets enjoy. He gonna let them enjoy their little accolades.
They the champ. I'm gonna let them live.
Let them live.
He ain't doing nothing.
Let him live.
He's a player commissioner. He ain't doing nothing.
And that's okay, because you should be for the players. How about that?
No.
See, you want to be this stern, what they call them people in the jail cell? Oh, God, I used to call.
Girl, the warden. You need to be the
warden. Yeah, you want to be the warden. This ain't no correctional facility.
Hey, from what you see with these NBA, NFL players and all these other sports, they do need to know this line in the sand means something.
Oh, Lord.
Total line.
Jeff want to go to World War III with everybody. Okay, for all the decisions.
This is corporate America. This is a private entity that's paying you millions of dollars to play a sport. As a fan, I don't want to hear about you with porn stars or something that ain't basketball or football related or baseball. I want to hear about your craft. I don't want to hear about no ignorant stuff you're doing. I want to hear about that.
Well,
and then you're gonna charge me what, $30 for parking? The nosebleed seats might be $100. What? Nah, player. I'll watch it at the crib. You ain't gonna give me like that. And this dude catching all type of case like he trying to be pocket somebody. Nah, you an athlete. Be an athlete. Stop trying to be a thug. Whoever out there, just do your craft, man, so we can celebrate you.
Well, I got faith in Ja. I don't have faith in Zion, so.
That's what I think you turned around quicker than Ja. He want to be a third.
Listen, Zion has concluded I could just get rich on the bench and get as much as I want on the bench.
He young, he living a little bit.
He like, I ain't got to be running up and down the court like Ja and injuring myself just to be the star. I can sit on the bench.
No, he hurt.
I'm just saying.
You gotta be right. Ja, he 2 steps in thug life when he get on camera.
Well, I'd rather he be a thug and a beast on the court than to be a damn porn star affiliate sitting on the bench. Now, how about that? I can respect that better. Nah.
Really toting guns out in public compared
I'm just
to
saying.
mess with people that have a job.
Be a thug and a beast on the court and not a punk on the sideline getting some porn punani, okay? Because you're not a star enough to just get regular
Most
people.
NBA players have
I'm
that.
just saying. Ja ain't got to get no porn star. I'm just saying.
We just don't know.
I'm just saying.
You know, whoever.
See, if Zion went on the court, he wouldn't have to go to the porn stars. I'm just saying. Now, go play on the court.
He might play this season, man. He might play. He might play 55 games this year.
I'm just saying.
He might shock and play 55 games. You know?
Can you play 10 games? I'm just saying. Play 10 games. I feel better.
He'll have to get out there. Because everybody looking at him now, so he's going to have to get out there and show he still got game.
Well, they're going to tell him, can you do 10 games for the season?
Nah, you got to, 55.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't 10.
Wait on it. Don't hold your breath.
200 million, you can't 10 games.
Don't hold your breath, Jeff.
Nah, that's 20 million a game. Nah, the owner ain't going for that. The owner is not going for that.
Watch what happens. When the season start? When do the basketball season be starting?
Well, early October now.
October?
So 23, 24. I'm saying Zion will play 55 games.
Oh, well.
You said
I say 10. That's my number.
You say 10 games. Put
that on the record.
I'm writing it down now.
Yeah, put that on the record.
I say 55 games. You say 10.
10. And out of 82.
I say no suspension for Morant.
I say half the season.
Oh, okay, Marte. Write it down. Half the season.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see. It's going to be like the Hulk Hogan.
Hold on.
Yeah, he about to break the news and tell us how many.
Look, and don't forget,
Jeff. Let's clean my ear out. Okay. Where is it?
Get your ducats in order so that we can see the Pistons play, the Lions play, the Red Wings play, the Michigan Panthers play, the Tigers play. Who else I'm missing?
You may have said everybody now.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
We got to do that. Effective starting the next season. So September and beyond through June, because that's clearly when everything ends.
Well, not really. You got the summer sports, but you like other people don't like the summer sports.
I'm really not. Look, it got to grow on me. You know, like how soccer grew on me in this last FIFA World Championship. I was all in. Okay, you would have thought I was a soccer fan forever. Okay, so I'm just saying, if it draws me in, I'm drawing in, but I ain't drawn in yet to the summer sports. I'm getting there.
Okay. So you had fun this first season?
I did, and thank you for the opportunity and getting me on the neck and not being scared, Lord.
Yeah, ain't nothing scary about it.
No, it isn't. It's just that sometimes I scare myself. And listen, my clapback is serious, so I be trying to be appropriate. Now, so I was like,
you don't get clapback at nobody.
That clapback is serious, so I'm like,
clapback at nobody.
Okay, I'll tell a person in a minute. No, I don't virtual beef. I don't do that. No, I don't know what that is. So I try to be appropriate at all times.
Yeah, no.
But in either event, though, no, thank you, and I'm very proud of you. Even though, like I said earlier on in the season, you just dropped off the face of the earth, and I'm just glad that you, then really set a precedence for yourself. I mean, you out here, so I'm happy. Look, I'm happy that you wasn't just hibernating in the corner somewhere. Okay, you just fell off the face of the earth. But here you are, alive in color, just thriving, and Each one teach one. We need to just boost each other. And I feel like you kind of did that for me. So we'll see what the next season holds. I'm going to hopefully be prepared like you and have my little notes. I just be on the fly, like whatever. Okay, make it clever. That's me. Nah, no rehearsing. We just go at it.
Yeah, you gotta have a basic format.
That's all. Well, that's the professional way. So see, that's what I needed you for, to keep the professional side together. Because anybody can get on this platform and just get the yep. I'm just saying. Now anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of reel some of my animation and effects back in. Like, come on back.
See, that's that corporate management degree I got.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. See, that's your expertise right now. My expertise is nursing, but one day, Jeff.
Oh yeah, sponsors, everything is now. You're gonna become famous at some point, so don't get Hollywood. Don't do that.
I just might a little bit. You know what happened on episode 1 when I came on to the net, Lord.
Don't start talking about you want to buy out of your contract, like real. That's what we doing. That's how she feel. I got a fan on the internet. She want out of the contract online. That's how she doing it.
Well, just a disclaimer, people. Next season, I won't have wine bottles because I'm noticing that wine stays on your body. You can't shake that weight off. Okay. So I'm transitioning. Okay. Back to the lower calorie side of life. So you'll be seeing this red cup more often.
Oh Lord. Red cup. What's it? They still make you a red cup. Hell no.
That's it. But other than that, no. This has been fun and
man, red cup. Hell no.
You understand? Everybody understand what the red cup is now.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily got to know what's in that red cup, but they understand. Nah.
Yeah. So, you're right about that. It's been a great season 1. Hope everybody like it. More to come for season 2.
Bye.
Y'all have a good one.